What's happening in Flint, Michigan is heartbreaking and infuriating. The problems going back to 2014. Today, the water is too toxic to drink straight from the tap. United Way is working with ZeroWater to provide filters for Flint. The company's CEO, Doug Kellum, joins us via Skype today. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning, Mary.
So when did you first learn about the crisis in Flint, and what was your initial reaction to the news?
Well, it was back in September, mid-September of last year, and then we started getting involved in early October. The initial reaction we had was one of obligation, because the first news out on it that was national, at least that we heard, was the testing of some schools with high lead levels, elementary schools, and also some increased lead poisoning in the hospitals. And I've got 4 kids in elementary school, so I took it personally. And we have a product that is really the only simple pour through, universally usable way to get rid of lead easily. So we got down there and met with the United Way right away.
I want to talk more about the product and how it works as it relates to lead specifically here in a moment. But I understand that some of our viewers who are watching us now might not be following this story closely. Would you explain to them how the water is getting contaminated? What changed?
Well, it's I'm not a scientist, so with that caveat out there, plus there's a lot of theories, but generally what happened was there was a massive change in the water chemistry when the city of Flint went to a new water supply using water from the Flint River. It's not that the Flint River water was so different, it was the fact that they had to add things, they had to change the chemistry. And when you've been using the same old pipes for decades and decades and decades, any change in the water chemistry can disrupt kind of I guess I'd call it an equilibrium within the pipes. And if you have old lead pipes, it could start leaching lead from the pipes. There could be deposits on the pipes that could cause things like Legionnaire's disease. So there's lots of things that happen when that disruption happens. And that's what happened with Flint. So it's going to take a long time for that to flush through. And I don't know if they're going to end up replacing the pipes or not. That still seems to be in discussion.
And then the question about resources for families moving forward. We know there is no such thing as safe levels of lead, so the impacts on these kids and how devastating it is for families. So let's talk about you at ZeroWater and what you're doing to provide relief. You mentioned the partnership with United Way. What does that look like?
Well, first we partnered with them back in October to distribute pitchers with filters to every schoolroom in the city of Flint, and they've done a great job with that, and we're proud to have helped them. Now, about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, we started to realize that this is not going to be such an easy fix. We thought with the first round of changes that everything would get better, but it looks like they're going to need a lot of filters for quite some time in Flint, and so we partnered with the United Way to develop a program called Filters for Flint. Not that imaginative, but it's straightforward, and it's essentially a matching program. So we've gone out and we've asked our loyal users to donate a filter or two, and then for every filter they donate, we'll donate one too. And it's going pretty well. We've I can't remember how many filters, but it's probably $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 worth of filters that we've got obligations for now, and that we've actually shipped to Flint. And now it's still confidential, but one of the major retailers in the country has joined forces with us on this, and they'll be making a large donation very soon. Hopefully it's today, and we'll of course match that.
That's awesome.
And other people have gotten involved too. Some celebrities, some sports teams, and so on. So it's going well.
But you are certified to reduce lead. Not everybody can say that, Doug. So that's the big deal here, right? Especially as we look long term.
Well, there's a lot of ways to eliminate lead from your water, but most of them are a little complicated. They either have to be plumbed in or screwed onto the end of your faucet, and those aren't that easy to use for everybody, and in some cases they can't be used. And so ours is the only simple pour through filter that removes lead. It's got a different technology in the filter than the very well-known competitors of ours out there. And so we have a product that removes essentially all of the dissolved stuff in your water, and lead just happens to be one of those things. And so well, for most people it just gives you much better taste. In this instance, it actually eliminates the lead down to the point where it's it can be NSF certified, which it is.
Well, I've got the picture here so our viewers know what it looks like when they're out shopping, whether you live in Flint or don't. You want good, clean water. And for our viewers who want to participate in this program, we'll direct them to your website, Doug. I know you've got information right on the homepage there, making it easy. Thank you, and thanks for what you're doing to help these families. It's terrific.
Thanks, Mary. It's our pleasure.
All right, Mike, we'll send it over.